Hi. I'm late, 3 minutes. I was going to do it earlier, but I was busy. So, sending links out people to join here. So, if you can join, cool. If not, it's okay. So, just 2 seconds. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. Hey, I'll send you a link too. See, I forget. Give me just a second here. I gotta do something. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I had to help with something there. Hey, Mo Smoke. So. Hello.
Hi.
How you been?
Have I got sound?
Huh?
Have I got sound?
Oh. Cool.
Can you hear me?
I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
That's okay, no rush.
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
can hear you.
How you doing? It's nice to see you. I finally made it to the start of one of the shows.
Cool.
I regret not being here, honestly, I do, because, you know, you're all a bunch of good people.
That's okay.
And I should be in solidarity, but I made it tonight. So.
Cool.
Are we painting? What are we talking about? What are we doing?
No, we're not painting. I did last night too. Yeah. It was a 3-hour one almost.
That's allowed. That's allowed. Life is continuous.
Mm.
So what's tonight's topic then?
Oh, whatever you want to talk about. So, open topic. So,
I don't have an agenda. I don't have a plan. I don't have a mandate. I didn't come in with a pro-political speech. I didn't come in with a pro one side or the other, kind of like. I just like to sit. Yeah, it's just the way of it. But it's nice to be here.
Yes. Let's see. Where is it? I did have something. It was from the other day. I was going to talk about. Shit. Where is it? I found it about the Space Congress. Have you heard about them?
Oh, okay. Well, honestly, the whole of space is just a mind game.
Yes.
Yeah, they haven't been, they never will. It's just a huge lie to swallow a whole bunch of money to do a whole bunch of bad shit, black ops programs.
Yes.
And it's not good for humanity. Meanwhile, look at the blue marble and look at the stars.
I know. That was my point about that. You know, it's a waste of money.
Train yourself. Yeah, you have to be like your star sign zodiac. You have to behave this way.
Yeah.
If not, it's out of character. And the newspapers are going to tell you on a daily basis how you should react.
Yeah.
Yeah. If a stranger pisses you off, the other cheek, if a stranger pisses you off, stand up for yourself. Yeah. They've been doing that for centuries.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, I don't have a plan or a mission. I didn't even catch up with the news today. I've been sitting here like a puppy. I've been smoking, drinking, and playing guitar. I've been enjoying myself.
I've been trying.
Yeah, we watched the Jimmy Cagney movie. Remember Jimmy Cagney, the old 1920s black and white movie star in America? Enemy number one. We watched the Jimmy Cagney movie. He reminded me of my Uncle Donald. I had an uncle that was his double right the way through his life. Yeah. And I was scared of my Uncle Donald because he looked like Jimmy Cagney. But he was a nice man. he was a preacher. He was a minister. He was a really nice man. Just because of Jimmy Cagney and the machine guns.
That was my dad's name, Donald. So
his name was Donald too. That's a coincidence, by the way. But hey, did you know? It's a true story. Donald Trump's mum comes from the Outer Hebrides. Yeah. She comes from my island. Yeah, she's in my cloud. I'm not going to say anything more about that just now, obviously. I'm still listening. But that's my Uncle Donald looked like Jimmy Cagney. So we watched the Jimmy Cagney movie yesterday.
Oh, cool.
We started to watch another one, but then we had to go and get pizza, so that fucked everything up.
Me and boy watch funny cat videos. We watch funny cat videos half the day today. So.
Do you know what? Oh, I cry for these cats. I really do. I feel so much empathy for the cats. I've had cats. Yeah, we had 13 cats, and the only time we came inside the house was to catch mice in the attic and stuff. But I empathize with cats because when a cat messes up, it knows it's messed up and it feels the pain of knowing that it's messed up, and it is so humiliating. And if you've got dogs too, sometimes you don't laugh at dogs because if you do, but animals aren't doing the stupidest things on purpose. They're not doing it for the $250 on the fucking YouTube, and I empathize with them.
I know. I see
the people, on the other hand,
like when the people get them and motion. I'm like, I don't like them because that's like you said, poor cat. But yeah.
Yeah, but some of them do deserve it, to be honest.
Oh man.
They reached that bit too far and they fell down the top shelf and they disappeared down the back of the door. Yeah. I had a cat. Its Sunday name was Muffin, but I called it Shitface. And it responded to Shitface. It would wag its tail on command as well. It really would. It would be sitting in the window and say, Shitface, wag your tail, and it would wag its tail in a really pissed off attitude. But yeah, it was a cool cat. It used to ambush me. See, when I came down the stairs in the morning, it would hide underneath the very bottom step and leap out and just dig its claws into my bare toes. And one day it drew blood. That's a true story. Yeah. We moved on that one. It was a city-dwelling cat, and we took it to the country because we relocated from the city to the country. And for the first month, it hid inside the walls. It wouldn't come out because it was terrified. I was used to this city, and eventually it went out, and man, it became feral. It was like a tortoise shell, you know, they're always female, the tortoise shell. She went really full fur, and she came out wild and feral. She had a few fights. She came back with a few scratches, but she survived. And that was the Hebrides, and they've got wildcats and stuff like that still up there. Do you know what I mean? And polecats. The cats up there do have to be able to look after themselves, if you get me. But geese are the best watchdogs of all. If you ever want somebody to think an animal to protect you or a bird to protect you, get geese. Geese are the best watchdogs of all. Yeah, geese, because a geese makes that sound louder than a fucking klaxon on a police car.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and if a goose is pissed off in the middle of the night, trust me, it'll wake up the fucking neighborhood.
Oh yes, I've had them fly over here before, and you can hear it coming.
You don't even need the electric for them, and you know what? See, after they fulfill their tour of duty, you can fucking eat them, but and you can use for pillows, oil for candles. These are useful commodities. But that was, you see, this back in nature.
That's why I like living so.
You were saying?
So that's why I like living near the woods. You know? Yeah,
you're lucky. I'm relocating soon. We sold this place. I kind of sold it because I was the one that did all the marketing and stuff. So I'm relocating, and hopefully, we're going to get a warehouse with lots of green, blue skies round about and shit. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm afraid I've not been able to play my guitar and my drums at 4 o'clock in the morning. I tend to get inspired most of the time, usually when I'm drunk, which is cool, but never mind.
Yeah.
That's just the way of life as it goes. But I'm going to be finding a new warehouse and a new sanctuary, God willing, soon. With Donald Trump being in command.
I haven't even looked through anything today, so no.
Not a thing. Okay. That's allowed. I take time out for months at a time sometimes. I once went 7 years without a mirror. This is a true story. 7 years without a mirror. So every day that I went out, I didn't know what I even tried to avoid looking in shop windows, but sometimes I thought, wow, who's that? And I thought, oh, it's me. But I did 7 years without a mirror once.
Yeah.
I was just being arrogant then for the sake of it.
See, only thing I looked at was something in South Africa about South Africa confirms presence of invasive pests that infests maize, corn. It's the army worm, and it's this one in particular is from Central America, and it's their crops is ruined, and they've been known to destroy 90% of the crop in the fields, and they're going to use pesticides against it, of course. They did it
in the 30s, Becky. Do you remember John Goldbike, of Mice and Men?
Yes.
They did that the droughts in the 30s were induced by the weather machines. Yes. The Orgon, do you remember William Reich? He was in 1945, but trust me, back in the 1880s, 1890s, I think personally. But it's horrendous what they're doing. It's really, really, really horrendous. It really, really is. And
yes.
Listen, I'm going to go and plug in the headphones and stuff because I need to. So give me a couple of minutes and then I need to 4:20. So I'm still here. But No, it's worrying when they start messing with the foodstuffs, because they did it with in 1978-79. That changed the Russian crops. The Russian crops failed. The Russians had to buy off America. Mr. Gorbachev took down the wall. Do you get me? It was a straightforward case of take down the fucking wall or you're going to starve. Now, guess what? We're going to build another fucking wall. Way to go, humanity. Oh, but we've already done one in it. But never mind that. Don't look at that direction. Look over here. There's something. Oh, Michelle Obama's left him. She's gone to Richard Branson's aisle. Sorry, I'm being cynical again. Right, let me plug in the headphones and let me make myself a cigarette.
Thank you.
I got so many cables here I could end up electrocuting myself.
Like you said, they're going to have to. They're waiting. It says in Malawi, where 6.5 million people, more than a third of the population, are dependent on food aid until this year's harvest in March. But that thing's they're going to have aid from the UN. So
Malawi, yeah. Do you remember the Rwanda thing a while ago in the Clinton administration? Do you know what America sent? They sent 63 tons of broken biscuits. That was the whole of the American aid in Malawi in the Clinton administration.
Yeah.
America sent 63 tons of broken biscuits to help cure the famine for about 1.9 million people.
Yeah.
It's all a game. Do you know what the Africa thing is? Africa, like it's about 10. Africa could accommodate most of the planet inside it. Yeah. Africa does not want GMO inside it just now because of Monsanto. Yeah. Because GMO is the unknown quantity. Do you know the whole Robert Mugabe Zimbabwe thing? That's what that was about. They wanted to starve the people so they could force feed the GMO, EU, WHO fucking GMO fed corn. They could ram it in through Zimbabwe, and guess what? It would be there into the breadbasket of the world, which is Africa. The Africans resisted.
And that's what this is. That's why this is happening too. Because it's killing our crops.
Exactly. Exactly. They want to kill the trees. They want to kill the bees. They've got GMO trees ready for production. Also, a handful of men can make pretend digits in a computer. They're still going to die. That's my dude. That's my only gratification at laughing at them. Yeah, they're going to go and meet their maker. There's not one of them can buy immortality.
No.
Walt Disney and his head's cryogenically frozen for the last however many years. Yeah, I've been tempted to fucking dial up with Disney Corp and say, hey, I've got an answer, but you have to give $2 million before I even tell you what it is. Money for nothing. It's the same as if you can invent a rocket fuel. If you can tell anybody what they use to go to the moon as a fuel, you can be a millionaire tomorrow. If you can explain how a nuclear bomb works to the Aryan scientist, you can be a multimillionaire tomorrow. Because nobody knows. Nobody knows. And so, it's all those lies that they've told us in the world that they created,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, girl. So, yeah, I haven't made my cigarette yet either. Where's the rest of the crew? They're late. No, it's okay. It's me that's early. That's what it is. It doesn't. Hey, listen, Becky. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm enjoying this.
Google. I mean, I didn't get hardly no notifications about anything yesterday, and today I got ones from yesterday. So
I've got some weird fucking cami fix shit on my fucking face. That's what it is. I was just sitting looking at my cam, and I've got some fucked up black moustache and fucking glasses thing.
Google effects.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Oh Lord!
I've got it, but it's not. I've not got nothing.
That's okay. I don't usually do this. I'll work it out in a minute. I'm going to make it before 21st. I just realised myself, I thought, look, I look like a mad scientist. I look like a Dalek or something with a black moustache.
There we go.
Oh, wow, that's a background and a half. That's where Michelle Obama's on holiday. Look, she's on the beach. Oh, no, that's a church, sorry. That was insulting her. I didn't mean to do that. It just spilled out naturally. Like all the influence out of my husband's mouth for the last 8 years.
Okay.
You know that he went and met the two gay men in Palm Springs after he left the White House, don't you? The plane to land, it was refused 3 times.
What was refused?
Thomas plane in Palm Springs. It was made to go around 3 times. They wouldn't let him land.
Oh.
California didn't want him, but they didn't tell you that in the news. He had to divert to another airport because of the plane. Maybe he was the guy sitting driving a heart going, fuck you, Obama. And he was driving a heart machine like there's some massive thunderclouds and he couldn't land. True story. True story. Have you ever gone to Disabled Danger stuff, but girl? No, listen, you need to come over to Disabled Danger. My friend, no, listen, this is Becky. True story. The man there, his sister gave Barry Obama his passport to become Barry Obama. Yeah, I shit you not. I shit. I don't. Yeah, it's an absolutely true story, and that's how crazy this fucked up world is.
Yes.
We never ever thought as children we'd be sitting here talking to each other. CB radio was fucking awesome back in the day.
I know, yeah.
So I know, look at us now, yeah. Being able to sit and talk to somebody in every different part of the world, instant live communication, yeah. I've got friends in the middle of hurricanes, tornadoes, floods. I've had friends 14 feet up a fucking tree in a Pal Talk communication one night. That's true. Well, I think he might have been lying about the 14 feet because he's a big chubby guy like myself, so I don't know if he could have gone 14 feet up a tree. But yeah, that's a true story. And so this is what Pal Talk is. It's been an awesome method of communication.
Yes.
And they can't take it away from us because
I remember sitting on TV
at the same time
and talking to people. Yeah, so this is wow. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, they get to talk to people from everywhere. So it's like they want to keep us in a little box in our own little towns. You know, now they, like you said, they can't take that away. If they did, you know,
the dead person, the birth certificate. Be the taxpayer. Be responsible for the letter that comes through your door. See, if you take away your letterbox, when you have a letterbox, you're open to contract whether you want to be or not. So if you don't have a letterbox or don't have a mailbox attached to your property, but get a post box, which is a server, do you get me?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. If you get a post box, which is a cloud-based post box thing, but when you've got a letterbox attached to your property, it means that anybody can send you a letter and you're contracted whether you want to or not because it's been delivered. Through a post box, you have to sign for it. There are some you can just say, I'm not signing for that, I don't know what it is. No contract, send it back. Do you get me, girl? That's how simple the game is. That's how simple the game is. That's how simple the game is.
Yep.
It's so freaking simple that most people can't understand it because it's just like black and white. It's not complicated, but they want somebody else to show them the way and do it for them and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And templates and all that kind of rubbish. But you just have to have the faith and belief in what you know is to be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Confidence in yourself. Be the honor. Be the truth. Be the truth. I'm not operating from a principle of badness or bad intent. You're asking me to pay what? A tax? Where did I agree to pay a tax? Hey, guess what? Do you know what happened? I got ripped off because my parents gave me away to the government when I was a baby and I didn't know about it until a while ago. Did your parents do the same to you? What can they say? Yeah, what can they say, girly whirly?
Right.
What can they say?
exactly.
They haven't fucking reclaimed their birth certificate. They haven't told the Pope I object to this whole process. I've woken up and smelt the coffee to this lie. They haven't done that.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that have, they're the ones that are more illuminated than others, if you get me. And I don't mean the ones in the secret societies, because most of them are as dumber than chips, and most of them are dumber than us.
Yeah.
Because they've never even raised their heads above the parapet, because they've been too scared to.
Yeah.
And they've been too fucking gratificated for the fucking whatever thing that they have been given to appease them, to make them be who they are. Yeah. It's a charade. And they dress up in little blue aprons and hats and mortises and truncheons and a whole bunch of rosy.
Yep.
B-O-A-Z. Can you tie a bow? It depends on the quality of the hemp string given me.
Yes.
Which way does your lodge lie, to the east or to the west? But they made empires out of it.
Hey, everybody out there in the YouTube, Foxy, Eric, Sentinel, Jill.
Oh, hi guys.
Hey,
Why don't you hang out with us?
Hey, you guys.
I'm not on the YouTube because I can't concentrate. I'm not good at multitasking. And I'm not good at speaking to the public because they usually throw stuff at me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not marijuana.
I call me crazy.
If they threw marijuana, then it wouldn't matter.
Right.
Hey, Kips, you know what? There's an idea for Kips. Send me marijuana. Yeah, never mind being a patron. Send them marijuana.
Man.
Well, he can become a dealer and pay all his bills with it. Who needs money? Who needs money? Barter.
Shit. God damn. Okay.
Sorry, you shouldn't have done that. That was bad of me. Right, I managed to make myself a spliff. What's the topic? What's the conversation?
We've been talking about a lot of stuff. I started out with the South Africa thing. But also, they got the bank thing going on there too, the central bank and all that, trying to get in there. So,
the South Africa thing it resonates in my heart in ways that my uncle George went over there in 1970 something to help build the 4 nuclear plants. They're the nuclear bombs, you know, the ones that goes slow reek and death. That's the only atomic bomb they've got. There isn't one that goes boom and it wipes out fucking people instantly. They've got the slow death Fukushima, Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, blah de blah de blah. Anyway, he went over there then, and I've got relatives down there. I met my niece in 1974. It was the first time she'd ever seen snow. She was 8 years of age. She howled and squealed in delight. Yeah, she was born and brought up in Pretoria. Yeah, my relatives are still down there. Yeah, seriously.
Nice.
My auntie was a window dresser. Do you know the window dressers that used to do the mannequins in the storefronts? My auntie was a window dresser in one of the most expensive shops in Johannesburg back in the day, because she had good references coming from Scotland. Because Scotland, blah 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 blah, and a whole bunch of rosy. Yeah, it's true stuff. True stories.
Oh, cool. I used to. That used to freak me out, the mannequins, when I was a kid.
Yeah. But then again, do you remember the movie Kim What's Her Face? Oh, she was beautiful. Andrew McCarthy.
When the mannequin comes to
and
life.
Roxette, the Roxette backing tune. I saw that, and do you know what? Oh man, I wanted to go to Egypt and find myself one. I was under the influence of drugs at the time, I hope.
Oh my God. Surely not.
What was her name? No. Cattrall. Kim Cattrall, Sex in the City. She ended up in Sex in the freaking City. But that was the movie that made her, I believe, She was young, beautiful, and gorgeous, and she was the 80s with the shoulder pads and the hair. And, Kim Basinger as well. They were all beautiful.
Yeah.
But anyway, every woman is beautiful, but I didn't say that for the benefit of the tape, obviously. Bad Scotsman. Oh, I need to fix this bloody disguise thing. How do I do that? Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I
just click on the effects thing to the left there and go over there and
chat, screen share, showcase, Q&A. Oh, Google Effects is a Google effect, isn't it? So, right, let's open up the Google Effects. New features. No, I clicked gone and it didn't go.
It might take a minute.
No, it's okay. I think I need to go and do it to none or something like that. Facial hair, eyewear, headwear. Oh, it's down at the bottom. Sorry, you see. Sorry. At last, all effects. Happy birthday to me. I see a cake. Oh, okay, right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sorry, what were we talking about again? You need to keep grounding me. I'm just like comfortably numb.
Whatever. So,
oh yeah, South Africa. South Africa. Hey, do you know what another really crazy, fucked up, mad fact about this world is, right? In South Africa, there is a hill that's called Sion Kop. Scion, almost like Zion Kop, Kop being Dutch for mountain. Sion Kop. It is the most intensely dead battlefield in the whole of the planet Earth. Out of every battle there's ever been, Sion Kop has got more dead bodies per square foot than any other battlefield, including Waterloo, the Somme, Ypres, Passchendaele. He was a water carrier there. Winston Churchill was a bastard there. The two of them used to sit and have a chat on Sion Kop back in the day. Yeah. That just shows you the way the world has been crafted and created by those that just want to keep us stupid. Sion Kop, check it out. It exists. Not making this stuff up. So South Africa, and they've got an awesome amount of white sharks off there. Nelson Mandela 4664. Do you know he was a fucking terrorist? He actually killed people. He made bombs and blew people up, and then he made him president. Haha! Fuck you, society. Fuck you, world. They had rock concerts for him. They did. It's true. Yeah. Bring out Charles Manson, make him Secretary of Defense. It's the same thing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's true. But anyway, Donald Trump, his mother's from the Hebrides. What can I say? Watch this space.
Yes. I think we're out of the UN. Allegedly, I saw that late last night or this morning. Yeah, it was last night. That he removed us from the UN, but Agenda 2030 has been signed, so that don't mean shit. So,
the United Nations was given to Russia as a thank you for killing so many of their people and making so many Germans die and freeze to death outside Moscow in a stalemate war that Napoleon had already done 100 years before. Yeah. Yeah. That's what that was about. Stalin got the United Nations as a gift. It is. It's the 50th state in America, because it doesn't exist in America. It's its own territory. It's like the Vatican. It's worse than Washington. Washington, blah, 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 the 10 square miles. But the United Nations is another pimple in the pimple's ass when it boils down to the lie.
Yes, I remember going there when I was a kid. I thought it was so cool, to be able to go somewhere like that. Now I'm like, oh my God, it's not a good place. When I was a kid, I was like 7 years old, so But the thing I really remember is going to the museums. That was the funnest thing, you know. So that was.
I understand. We were all that way once.
Yeah.
I wanted to
yeah.
kill English people because I was Scottish. Because we were brought up and trained to kill English people because we were Scottish. And they all fucked us up with Culloden. But then when I discovered it was a long time later, you get me, we can't be held responsible for the love that we gave to a lie. But we can be angry, and we can turn that anger back to better love. To go, ha 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 ha, we saw through the facade, and we're not bitter about it because they're the fakes and the fraudsters. But their plan can only manifest if we allow it to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's some of them and us that are on higher levels than others, the Crowley and a whole bunch of crystals.
Mm.
Yeah. The ancients are working for us, they always have been.
Yes.
Aye, it just changes shape and form, doesn't dissipate, it can't.
Yes.
It's a laws of science, girl. I like arguing with science. I love arguing with science.
Someone was like,
that's why I say to someone,
they said when we die, it's like, when we die, we're just nothing. We're gone. Nothing, you know, your soul is gone. And they're like, no.
Nah.
I said exactly what you said, you know, that's, you know, anyway, yeah, it's
I'm sorry for these people.
I know.
I'm sorry for these people. They had worse programming than we did.
Mm.
Energy doesn't die, it dissipates, it changes shape and form. And there's books that say we're going to remember this kind of place and the shit that we did here. And if we're sorry for it, well, we're not going to enjoy it. Yeah, some of us will be flying around in our own universes.
Oh, like
being from star to star, the world unreal.
Like past stuff.
Oh, world, yeah, we can get the chance to go back and watch the whole bloody world being born. Adam being born, we can go down and interact and say, hey, we're looking to, it's like reliving every theatre, every nativity, anything you can ever imagine, is capable and potential.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. Our life is like that. That's why Tesla invented the bloody, the motor that changed the entire universe.
Yeah.
Saw it in a dream. Some say he was channeling but they all came from that certain place. Ed Leeds Skalnin, the guy from the Ukraine that built the Coral Castle, same thing.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Rocks. Yeah, the guy was 5 feet 8 and 90 pounds.
There, that's what I do. See,
that's almost like cuneiform.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot more like that too, and on bigger papers. But I can put it in Google Translate, and it translates. So it's all different languages put together. So you know, it's crazy. And some of my art, my drawings and stuff are that's the way they're done too. So
it's not often that I'm taken aback for words, and I don't doubt you for a second. Because I can see there's ratios and symbolism to everything that you've outputted, and I've even clicked because, not just because I clicked for the sake of clicking, I've clicked because I can see the, like, well, whatever, yeah?
Yeah.
Language is the most imperative thing of all, and that's a true story.
Yes.
Or whether you accept what you're given as a contract.
Mm-hmm.
That's as simple it is.
Yes.
And so, yeah.
Yes.
Where do we begin? Where do we begin? In the Garden of Eden? Or do we begin on a higher plane and we all pissed off the Creator and we get sent down here to do 70 years of hard sweat and toil?
That's you know, that stuff, So who knows what's next? You know, it could be when you die, you could go, like you said, back to the beginning. You know, and see the world being born and all that stuff. So who knows? That
would be cool. I would like to be able to do that. There's a few things I'd like to go back in time and see as well, but some of them aren't funny. The Titanic gave me with the iceberg, you know. Dude, oh, come on, hello.
No shit.
I'll tell you a secret. This is a true story, right? The Titanic was given a signal by a guy on a telegraph machine going yeah. A company called RCAGB 1928. The Titanic changed course and douche history was made. The one that was sitting offshore with the 3,000 sweaters, it failed to reach the mission. There was uncoloured flares. JP Morgan didn't sail on it, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But the guy that made that company, right? They now own the air traffic control system. They own the airport scanners. They own the baggage handling materials.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can check your tampons when you pack them to go through any airport scanner. Get me? It's the same people that did that own today's systems. Donald Trump knows this. They're the ones that he needs to take apart because they're the ones that have been doing all the bad shit for the last Titanic episode, if that makes sense. Because they sold the Federal Reserve, and they're the ones that make us eat the fucking plastic money, which isn't real. When Kennedy tried to introduce the debt-free money, Lincoln, McKinley, you get the drift right the way through history. Why do we need to pay somebody else to fucking write a piece of paper when we can write it ourselves?
I know. It's ridiculous.
Game over, isn't it?
I know.
Exactly. And yeah, Trump's faced with this dilemma because he knows this, and the people that are behind him, that are really behind him, know this, and he has to act on it. He does have to act on it. He does have to save the Republic. Otherwise, he's just going to end up another fucking faceless stooge, and he won't like that.
Yeah, I've sent the links out. I've heard of people having trouble joining Hangouts, actually, since they don't update crap. So just keep trying if you're having trouble with people. So,
I don't doubt that, girl. They're down to individual bots. They've got profiles on people because of the way they click like in Facebook, the posts they do on Google Plus, everything that they. Girl, I sincerely believe that since 1954, the internet was invented through keylogging. They made the internet by being able to know an individual's typing, particular individual's typing, because that's the way they cracked the code. Keylogging. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to take this.
That's okay. So hey guys in the chat, Jaleel, Foxy, Sentinel, Malik, Eric, no smoke there, and whoever else is watching there, hello. That's right, Foxy, debt numbers on the computer. So cool. Awesome. Yeah. Well, we're ready. That's all I had there was the South Africa thing. Like he's saying, trying to get the GMO crops in there, that's probably going to do it there, because they're resistant to all bugs. So, because it's essentially pesticide, you're eating pesticide when you eat them too. GMOs. So. Hello, Foxy.
Good evening, good day, hello.
Hello.
How was your food doing?
It,
Let me just do something there. There we go. It's interesting you say about consciousness, and it's interesting what he says, but I'm going to bring it back to consciousness as you said, we're all spiritual energy.
yeah,
I only say that because I'm seeing the same stuff in my home, and I
yeah,
caught it on I think when one is on a higher consciousness level,
yeah,
depending what level that is, everyone's different because I've done some research online. And subject to do with orbs, could it be, could not be. But I've caught so much in the part in one day today
yeah,
on actually freeze framed it as well, and you could see the energy. Purple one, a
mm,
pink one, and you can see through it is an energy source,
yeah,
spirit energy source.
mm,
Whether one can look at it as a negative or positive is one's perception, in
yeah,
my viewpoint anyway.
uh,
And it's like I bumped into my neighbour the other day who got me onto the subconscious meditation over the
yeah,
past year. And he reckons, because his family line goes back a very long time, and in history to he said he had an uncle in Pakistan, and they all went to him for pure healing, natural healing, and didn't go into specifics another time. But it was interesting because there is something to do with the healing of the hands, and you hear about people can read people's auras,
yes,
um, and that kind of thing. And
yes. I had a friend in high school that could do that. Yeah,
yeah, the natural pure talents in people are varied. Like you've got your art, and everyone's got their niche, but they
yeah,
don't always know it until
right,
perhaps something happens within themselves. Because you look at the energy forces within, instead of without. One, there's so much in society now. It's like you're looking always outwards for things to satisfy one's life, and
yes,
you don't realise at the time because you're going through the motion of so-called life in this
mm-hmm,
physical plane or of Earth, shall we put it that way, and then it's like it's only when you go through, may not go through personal traumas, but everyone's different. Whatever one's journey is, it may take you years. You might wait. You might have the abilities very young. Some people do,
mm,
and on the conscious level, subconscious level, and the conscious level. So I think one tunes into a subconscious level first, and then mindset, and you get it to a frequency level, and then you might start manifesting it and seeing things. I mean,
yeah,
I like to train my eye, and there's a way to train one's eye on the right or left side to see what I'm seeing within the naked eye instead of through the video camera, and that will be another stage of consciousness, seeing that.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's fascinating because it's like at first you don't think you're freaked out. You think, "Oh, what the
right,
hell's going on? Have I seen
right.
ghosts?"
That's me. Like you said, 4 years old. Yeah, that started happening with me, and my dad repressed it. I guess because it was some of the stuff I was seeing was traumatizing. It didn't start back until I was 14. So,
Yeah. Hi. We have
hello,
another.
that's me.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Hi.
How you doing, Rebecca? It's been a while.
Yeah, good.
Hey, Foxy, how you doing?
I'm okay, mate. And how are you today? Been anything
Doing fine.
interesting?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Just getting ready for the watch the Super Bowl. It's about to start at 6:30.
Oh,
Wow,
oh.
I've heard
Who's
about
playing?
that. What?
Who,
Don't know
who's
much about
playing?
Michael. Yeah, it's fine.
No, well, it's here in the States. Yeah, it's called the NFL, National Football League. Yeah, it's basically a tradition, yearly tradition we have. Hey, Rebecca, do you have a favorite NFL team, or are you not into football?
I'm not into football. So
I got you.
when I was a kid, I liked the Redskins.
Yeah, the Redskins didn't do too well this year, so you know.
Your football in America, you call it football in America. It's you would call it soccer in UK, yeah.
Yeah, in the UK
So,
and other places, it's basically a soccer. 'Cause I played soccer before in high school. I mean, it's fun, you know. The football that we watch here, very a little more different and even a little more dangerous with the the pads and everything.
Yeah, we call it rugby in UK.
Yeah, rugby. That's right. Yeah.
It is fascinating because the players, especially at that league, are so tall, aren't they? And they're sort of get paid so much to play the games. And there was someone on YouTube channel earlier today actually putting a warning out. Anyone having parties, common sense, have a dedicated driver, somebody that's not drinking, in case there's loads of people perhaps having parties watching the match. We call it a match in UK, not a game. Match. It's interesting, the words, isn't it? Different words in different countries, terminology, those sort of things. Be fascinating though. So you can stay up and watching it. Well, time difference for you guys in America might be different to me. I'll be asleep. 6:30. I'll be like half asleep. Well, fall asleep.
Who's playing in this year?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
A match.
Rebecca, this year the Patriots are playing the Atlanta Falcons. That's who's playing tonight.
All right. What was it?
No, the New England Patriots versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, wow, that'd be interesting.
I'm sure, Rebecca, you've heard of the guy with the name Tom Brady.
Yes.
Yeah, very famous quarterback. Yeah, that's who's playing tonight. Yeah, they've been in the Super Bowl now. This is their ninth appearance.
I wonder how much gets paid.
Oh, they get paid a lot. Rebecca, tell you, these players in the States,
they don't pay taxes.
Millions.
Yeah.
Football teams don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
They're not persons.
Oh, of course they don't.
They're not dead persons. Of course they don't. It's tax-free. Same as churches. Hey, Joe, how you doing, dude? My name's Gordon from Scotland. Listen, do you know why they call that a match? Because in maritime admiralty law, that's a controversy match. That means aggression between two football teams in the same town. Yeah, it's a match. It's a controversy. It's brain speak for accepting the whole bloody facade of their system.
Yeah.
Instead of a game, which is a completely different mindset. It's like society. What is society? It's a word that they invented to mean something. Like the law society. The laws belong to them alone. They don't belong to me. See, they don't apply to me.
Yeah.
Well, society. I know what earth is. I know what water is. I know what fire is. I know what food is. I know what shelter is. Leave me to my own devices. I can find it all by myself.
Yeah.
They fuck off with your taxes and your legislations.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. No contract. Sorry, that was all because of Roxy saying match. Hi, Foxy. How you doing, girl?
I'm alright, and you? How are you doing?
I got a woman tomorrow going to take on a big council in the middle of London.
Brilliant.
With a whole bunch of words that I've just given her, and I've been writing tax exemption letters for Vietnamese refugees as well. But they did send me some fucking good whiskey. Dude, they bought me some awesome whiskey. This is not like cheap shit.
Oh, wow.
And so that was just writing to the government saying, show me a law that says you have to pay tax. They still haven't been able to reply.
Yeah.
I know, it sucks. You know what? It must really, really suck to be the fucking chief of fucking HM taxes going, this is a lie, this is a lie, this is a lie, but I got to come here and defend it. It must be good to be them. I'm so sorry for them.
if you watch some videos, there's no law, no statute law to say you need to pay tax in
Yep. Yep.
saying you can. And that film, it was a mini film on YouTube ages ago. I saw it. Have you checked out that website? I came across it years ago, so I put it in the chat. It's tpuc.org, and that's got some really good links on it. And
that was John Harris. John Harris started out in the People's Something Congress. Yeah.
Yeah, community. Yeah.
They were good.
Yeah, on that, it was 2012, years ago, I started learning all this stuff. That's quite a few years now. So it's good info. I mean, the site is not obviously run by him now, but obviously it's still got some really helpful stuff for people learning, just starting out, you know. Because it's not, unfortunately, the way this is, well, you know, the way that 2030 now, everything's sewed up so tight. And it makes...
See, like, no, listen, can I just say something, right? If I was going to sell the whole package to somebody, the first thing I recommend they do is get a King James 1642 Bible.
Yep.
Get a 1642 Bible. That's the one that maritime code law is based upon. By their own words, by their own petards, you shall hoist them. Yeah, 1642 version. Get it, read it, and see when you're clever as you are. No. I don't mean read it from somebody that's hoping to find Jesus and eternal salvation. I'm talking about read it from a bright, inquiring mind that knows about the shit that they've hidden and encoded in it. And guess what? You'll see it every time because it stands out like 555, 555, the big fucking obelisk in Pentagon, 555, 111 be fucking low ground, 666 feet, inches, yeah. It's all, and it's not an accident. It's not an accident.
No,
so get the Bible. Get the Bible, and you know what? You're going to find stuff in there that's going to take you to another dimension that nobody has even thought of by simply saying, hey, because there is no contract. God did not sign a piece of paper with anybody. Show me God's signature anywhere on the face of the planet that says you have to pay for shit. Gas, water, electric, air, fish, food, fowl, fucking fruits of the forest. Isn't there? Lying bastards. So,
it's a contract law. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. No contract.
I'm gonna promote delete because him and his colleague, I can't remember what he's called, on YouTube has gone back in the Vatican and the Jurats and goes back in the history really far back. And that it's really, really good link.
Really good.
I love the deleted. I do. He's a good man. He's Dutch.
Yes. Yes, he is.
He's got more. He's got more reason to understand it all than anyone who started it.
Yeah.
The Dutch started charging the Belgians to ship their own corn. They started charging them to drive their own ships up and down their own canal. and that's the banking dynasty was born. That became Barclays Brothers. Anyway, sorry. Deutsche Bank's been doing the shit. What?
Did we get invaded? England get invaded by the Vikings? Is that true?
On a daily basis, hopefully. It should still be that way today. They were good for us.
Yeah. Mind you, I do like pyramid.
Sorry.
I do like watching pyramids going back to that era, you know, the medieval type. What?
Foxy. BBC iPlayer. Yeah. BBC iPlayer. There's a thing, type in Orkney, Orkney. You will find...
never watch that crap BBC Pedopedia, allegedly. I will not watch.
No. This is the educational shit. They don't do the child molestation and things like that. No. Go. In Orkney.
I will not watch
it. You're not listening. You're not listening.
I won't watch it.
You're not listening.
Watch it, I'm sorry, but I won't. Principle, I never ever go for the mainstream like that, ever. That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
You,
But long story short, right? Long story short, they have unearthed a village that is the birthplace of every stone circle in the whole of the United Kingdom, up on the remote islands of Orkney. We were just talking about the Vikings and their culture and the implementation of farming systems.
Yeah.
So it's on BBC iPlayer. It's like about 180 minutes long. In fact, I'll probably actually go and steal it and put it on my YouTube website and hope they don't copyright ban me, bastards. Shit. They're digging up people buried under like 20-ton stone slabs in the middle of Orkney, yeah. And there was animals, there were humans, there was all kinds of shit buried in together.
BBC, they will track your interest.
That's architecture, but not architecture. The other one where they dig lots. Archaeology, yeah.
I think I've watched something similar to that on Netflix or something.
That's better, yeah.
I think.
Oh, I love it myself. I do. I love digging up bullshit. It's fucking awesome.
I do too, yeah. It's interesting.
It is. And history is learning.
It's like
But Google the Orkney thing. It is the birthplace of every stone circle. Do you know what, guys? This is a true story. In Ohio, there are wooden replicas of Stonehenge, right down to the exact fucking millimeter, but they're in wood. And that's not an accident. Harold, Harold. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. It's true. It's not an accident. Nothing is. It's just they didn't tell us. Pay taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so,
sorry.
Where are you from?
Jojo, guy, how you doing?
He's from Scotland.
Who, me?
Oh, you're from Scotland. Oh, you're Scottish. Okay,
small
Scotland.
Yeah, a small island, a rock in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean between the United States and Norway.
Oh, okay.
On what part of the globe you're on is 32 degrees south, which is Chicago, kind of lines up with Spain over in Europe, but Spain's really warm, whereas Chicago gets lots of fucking snow and shit like that. So. Yeah. But the Outer Hebrides. It was a very, very small place. We didn't have libraries. We had lots of sheep and whale oil and whales and fish and salmon and lobsters and crabs and mussels and everything good that you could eat off the shore straight out. We used to throw live freaking seafood onto the fire and wait for it to scream itself to death so we could eat it. Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to challenge you on that. You can't beat. It's going to be debated. You can't beat Cornwall.
The penalty was, what, sorry?
You can't beat Cornwall, the Cornish cottage cream and the jam and the ice cream and the dairy milk. You cannot beat the Cornish coastlines, the Cornish pasties and the Cornish accent. I'm going to add that because you're Scottish, I have to say that.
Foxy, unfortunately, we were far more Neanderthal than that. We used to walk about chewing bits of fresh cow stomach. It's called tripe. Google tripe. They eat it. There's some bits of a freaking food substance you don't waste. And that was like chewing. It would last you for 3 days. Not underneath your pillow, obviously, but that's a different.
The Scottish are Celts, and so are Cornish people Celts in tradition. So there we go. We're quite alike. Are we going to say that one?
They started singing, and guess what? They sent them underground. That's all I'm saying about that.
You want to check out the old pirate coves in Cornwall?
I can tell you Penzance for a total eclipse of the sun, by the way. That was good in 1999. Yeah. My one and only total eclipse of the sun, unless I become a millionaire in the next 5 minutes, and I can do a Warren Buffett somewhere else.
Mind you, I've got an interesting tale on that one. I saw, I went to go and see the total eclipse. But we went to Paris, me and my lad, years ago, and we did a trip all the way from England to there. And we got there, and there's muddy field, and it was all cloudy. We didn't see it
That sucks.
all that fake money just going on a day to see that.
Oh, man. It's like doing the supermoon. Every supermoon we
Sounds like a
had, it
typical
was cloudy.
movie, by the way. Sorry.
Every supermoon
It
we've
sounds like a
had the last 2
typical
years,
movie, by the way.
it was
Oh,
too
man.
cloudy. I never got to see the supermoon. So
You should make a movie about that, actually. I went 500 places in the Wakefield.
damn.
It could be worse. It could have been like Glastonbury, the band were crap. Oh, man. Sorry, guys.
bit like
No.
It was
that
on
was
my-
funny. I apologize. And thank you. You
It's funny.
made
I
me
can laugh
laugh.
about it now.
Yes.
Let's go back a few years. Enjoyed the holiday. Enjoyed
I know.
France. Enjoyed people being in the street.
Yeah.
A French edition. Yeah. My lad, he was a teenager at the time, and it was the first trip, you know, like that, going to Paris, on the outskirts of Paris it were, and all the hype. Quite a good
Oh, yeah.
coach trip. We went on a coach with quite a few people, and going on the ferry, it was an adventure for him, really. But yeah, what a shame it was cloudy. In a muddy field. We could have stayed back home for that.
I've never been to Paris. Every time I went to France, I was actually aiming for
you
Amsterdam.
want another
to buy
laugh?
drugs.
Do you really want another laugh? Look, I'm full of it tonight. Do you want another laugh? Right, okay. I've got a tip for people listening to this, right, or watching. Never have an argument with a boyfriend or girlfriend in the middle of Paris in a red light area, which I didn't know it's a red light area.
Oh, shit.
And I got lost. I was only 21. Come on. I got lost. I was on the and I ended up going down the very well-known red light I come running around the corner with 20
Oh, God.
and my boyfriend at the time. He said, "Where the hell did you go?" I said, "Oh my God, you just know where you just be." I said, "No." The famous red light area. Oh no.
Oh, God.
Not you, but 21. It was
Oh,
Hey, man, you got a funny story to tell about it.
yeah.
I just don't think got any more songs. I really am. I'm not lying.
Right, we stayed in the B&B. Don't forget it's middle in Paris. And right, because we never had, you know what, beforehand. You know, I was quite religious girly then. And we put a ring with a double bed. Not be boy. I said, "We are not married yet." Because of that.
Oh, God.
We flew all the way to and I said, "That's it, we put it up because you tricked me," and that was the story.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. God, Scotsman.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, you fail to know there's a lack of Catholic churches, so you wait to go to the
I forgot this.
I'll meet you at midnight under the moon.
The coolest passed him.
Oh, God. You were 21. You were 21 and beautiful.
Yeah, come on, look, I'm gonna have this.
Oh, girl, you're looking younger than you again.
Right? He chucked out the Cornish pasty my mum made us for a snack. He said it to the pigeons outside the room on the balcony. And I had to right go at him. I said, "You're wasting good food. There's a Cornish pasty my mum made." It was so bloody ridiculous. The whole event, I tell you. Salivy.
Oh, man.
You know, these things happen. Made you laugh though, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Life
girl,
is
thank
good.
you. Do you know what? I laughed more tonight than I did at the Ten Commandments. What's his name? Schindler's List. That was really funny.
Awesome.
Sometimes.
No, but, thank you. No, girl, you made me grin tonight in ways that I haven't done before. My face is radiating. Thank you. Thank you for the music. I'm going to be quiet now and get my head together. Right. What's happening?
I don't know. We're here. Laughing.
Good. I'm usually not. And I'm sorry that I do. But you always do this on a Monday and a Thursday night, and I'm doing the bloody Able Danger kind of stuff over there because
Yeah.
that kicks ass. We get 35,000 people clicking that shit sometimes a week.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Work as well, which is really good.
Robot Broken says, pass the whiskey.
That's true. Listen, Carl, the guys behind that, they're giving you the info direct from source. Source. That's why they've got more intel people, co-intel, pro-intel, blah, blah, blah. The guy that we feel McCall, he comes out with stuff that Alex Jones was saying with Joe Rogan a couple of nights ago when we were all drunk and smoking weed. About Joe Kennedy's plane getting blown up. Yeah, John F. Kennedy's oldest brother, he was blown up in a drone. Yeah. A whole shitload of explosives to a target. They deliberately blew him up so he wouldn't become president.
Right.
The Catholic faith connection, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Like with his JFK son as well, his plane mysteriously went down.
God rest his soul. Good man. Do you know what his mistake was? He announced to his friends that he was going to run as an independent.
Yep.
And do you know who he worked for? He worked for a thing called the Lucis Trust. It used to be called the Lucifer Trust, but it became the Lucis Trust. The Lucis Trust is owned by Papa Bush and Saddam Hussein.
Yes.
In the big bad man that they pretended to hang for the sake of the tape, After that war, it was over and they got the oil and the Walmarts and McDonald's in their end. Yeah. So, it was a program.
Yep.
Guess what the secret was to that one? 19 miles south of Martha's Vineyard, 19 over it is 19 hijackers, 19 Timothy McVeigh, 19 Waco, 19 fucking Yorktown, 19 bloody Concord, over it is 19. It's in the Quran. It's one of the ones they have to hide in plain sight, yeah?
Yeah.
The missing pilots, his plane was, poor John F. And I would have bodyguarded him. I had the option back in the day. Unfortunately, I didn't get to talk to him. True story. On AbleDanger.net, they even can tell you the name of the guy whose ship that was driving when they saw the wreckage and a whole bunch of other stuff too that doesn't tally with any of the official reports, but it's not a conspiracy, it's just fact.
Yeah.
.net, everything is. So I'm saying it's the world's best info site, and I'm proud to be part of it. And if they come and FEMA camp me tonight and chop my head off in a taxi going to the train, I don't give a shit. I don't. I won. I fucking won. What can they do to me?
Exactly.
Send me on to the next place. What they fucking do? What? Because I'm not going to go and fly a plane into a fucking I can fly planes, but never mind. I could kill too, but I don't really think I could do that because God would be pissed off at me. Judge, and I'm no judge of anybody. I'm just here as a fucking observer passing through this fucking ethereal existence thinking, this is bollocks, this is shit. I didn't fucking subscribe to this. Innit? Screw the wars.
Yeah.
Just let everybody be. Just let everybody be. Give them all a universal basic wage is sweeping Europe. They've legalized marijuana in Germany now. The universal basic wage stopped anybody from wanting. That's all they have to do. Yeah? They've done it a long time ago. They've done it after the end of the Second World War. But no, they wanted to milk their little fucking pretend zeros in a computer program. It doesn't manifest as anything. 45% of the world's economy, 45% of the world's economy is the gold, the diamonds, the rubies, the emeralds. It's only 45%. The rest is a figment of a fucking zero on a piece of paper or a computer somewhere. It doesn't exist.
Yes. Oh, yes.
They could rewrite it tomorrow, reset it tomorrow, and make everybody enjoy the same fucking experience.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But they won't do that.
No,
they won't do that.
This is satanic bastards. It's written at the start. Yeah.
Evil.
Satan, I'm going to fuck you bitches, man. I'm going to take you down. I'm going to pollute the rivers. I'm going to pollute the air. I'm going to pollute the sky. I'm going to pollute the sea. I'm going to pollute your food. I'm going to pollute you.
Yep.
That's what he's out to do.
Yeah.
It was written in every book that we've been told about, even the Vedas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Science.
Yes.
But it's the sum. Do you know that NASA is lined at 33 degrees as well?
Yes.
True story.
And
Need another 7 astronauts a couple of times. It's like, wow, we like NASA, we do. So much so we're going to invest in you. Nah, you see, Kennedy actually bought into that because he said we're going to send a man to the moon by 69.
yes.
He did, you know. He did that was the only lie he did sell because you had to do it. The fake wasn't very good. Stanley Kubrick and a whole bunch of rosies. And now they have to pretend that the Chinese have been, they have to pretend the Indians have been, they have to pretend that the Kyrgyzstanis, they have to pretend the fucking Cypriots have been, they have to, it's the same in the nuclear club. There is no boom, boom, boom bomb. There's only the slow death, slow release fucking reactors.
Yes.
Yeah. There isn't. That's why when you look, there's about 434 reactors, and that's just off the top of my head. But there's 434 reactors strategically placed so that Fukushima can happen with a wash of a wave. California, same thing, but California is expected to disappear with the earthquake. Yeah, that's the games that they play. Actually, exactly. Yellowstone. They even took Yellowstone seismometers offline because they were having so many earthquakes. They thought if anybody, they were scared that anybody that was paying attention, they were, exactly, girl, they were scared that anybody that could actually they could actually trigger a fucking response from the fucking humanity that are busy grazing on Britney Spears and whoever it is now that Michael Jackson's gone.
All that shit,
Yeah.
All that shit.
All that shit.
Distract you from the other shit. Yeah, so you won't look over here.
There's mongering on the internet today, right? There's an article with The Guardian about Fukushima, can't even say the word, with but the channel didn't, the certain channel on YouTube didn't go into it. So I checked it out and I read the whole article. And it was mainly about the reactors, about the radiation leak and the high level radiation. And it was scaremongering that there's something to do with the atmosphere and the sky that's going to cause the radiation, and other channels on it. What fake bloody information on the YouTube?
Okay, can I be honest with you, because you're my friends and you see me on Google Plus? Yeah. Do you know what I know? And I kind of really truly believe the whole radiation scare is just that. Because at the end of the day, they've got frequencies that can dissipate every atom and neuron and proton and change it. So, but do you know why I use a radiation scare? Is to wake up the other people that don't even think about it. But if they did think about it, it would actually wake them up to a greater fucking ideology. Yeah. That's why I just let the radiation scare thing happen.
Yeah.
Because they have got the reactors to slow death. My island suffered. They use it as a game on each other, yeah? They're using like a fucking... Remember the game Dunk, the tennis game, one of the first ones we ever saw, where they're batting the ball? They are batting around vast amounts of fucking poison in the upper atmosphere, getting it to rain down on the fucking populaces as and when they fucking can get out. Yeah, thank you. That's what the radiation game is about. But at the end of the day, they can switch on fucking frequency resonators. They can dissipate the whole fucking nuclear fucking makeup of the whole fucking schematic and turn it back into fucking sunshine.
Of course they could. Especially with that sun behind the sun. If anyone knows about that already. Which projects the extra light that people see in the sky. And then you got all the fear-mongering channels. It's new brew, it's new brew. No disrespect for people believing that, but that's my point of view.
Yeah, I never, that Nibiru, like you said, it's the programming, conditioning, whatever, even was in that Star Trek movie too, so what does that tell you,
Again, all I can say from experience, I've seen UFOs. I genuinely have. Hang on, let me finish. Let me finish a second, girl. My father was a radar operator in the Royal Air Force near Hebrides, not in Hong Kong. He had a choice of going to Scotland or Hong Kong. Unfortunately for me, he chose fucking Scotland. Anyway, long story short, all of the suns and shit that I see today, not believe. I believe what I see with my own eyes, what I smell, taste, touch, and sense. Everything else is a fucking lie. I've seen UFOs, things that you could call unidentified flight. I've seen things go from one side of the horizon to the other in 22 seconds.
I had to.
Yeah? Nothing that I knew, because 747 in the middle of a typhoon in the middle of fucking Japan, because I like flying planes, but that's beside the point. But yourself, don't believe it, because they've been lying to us from fucking beginning. They invented newspapers, they invented football matches to get people to go and die in France. Then they had radio. The Germans are going to come and eat your babies. Then they had television. Poof, what a disaster that was. Big bad King Kong, the dinosaurs, the pterodactyls, be very afraid. Yeah.
Right.
Guys, unfortunately for them, it's 2017 and we are wide awake and kicking ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Toxie, can I ask you, you know that thing you posted today with the car, was that a police car? When you said that they were there.
What was that?
You posted a picture today in Google Plus with a car. Walking you or something, yeah. There was
that wasn't
today.
That was yesterday. Yeah, that car looked really...
sorry, Emma.
Yeah, it's just...
sorry, I'm drunk.
It was just something
it was my today, anyways. Go on.
It was weird the way the guy positioned the car in the middle of a busy two-way road on a busy Saturday and had in the back of the car flashing, and I thought, hold on, I just come out and I saw it and I thought, hold on, that don't never happen around here. And that's why I took the picture, just in case there's something a bit dodgy going on. Being nosy. I'll catch you, mate. And as soon as I clocked him and took a picture, he zoomed off. And that gave me an indication that something dodgy was
There's up no good. There's up to no good, yeah.
Yeah. I'm observant around my area. Having to be. And it's like earlier tonight, I was at the back and I took a picture of the moon, and there's something strange next to the moon, fake moon, I call it now, because it looks so fake. Whether it's real or not, who knows? But there was this guy in the car, right? You don't live in the area, white car, and I pretended to take another picture, but I clocked his car and took a picture of his car, right? And he saw me. I've got this like camping headlight around my head, so I could see one going outside. It looked a bit weird, but It was. And I was at probably
I was really standing in the middle of Paris at 21, the red light district, thinking, "Hey, this is not me." Harold's a singer. She
and this guy got out of his car, clocked me, and I'd like, right, clock this picture discreetly.
Bad Scotsman.
I took the picture of his car, as soon as I took it, he got in the car and he zoomed off. And his headlights were watching the flats. That'd be suspicious.
Yeah.
So I'm just observant, just put it that way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't post it online and show
nothing you observe is by accident.
Exactly.
I have a keen eye for detail.
Nothing you pay to attention in this reality is by accident. It's meant to be there for a purpose, even though it's only a flashback and a dream in years' time. If it strikes your core, then there's a reason behind it.
It's like
That's why I asked you about it. That's why I asked you about it. It struck me as unusual why you would pay attention to it. And then I looked at it and I thought, yeah, it is unusual. But I know the games that they're playing, they've got fucking vans driving around with fucking frequencies broadcast tuned into your DNA if you've been through a scanner at an airport. There's the scanners at the airport. The TSA, since the inception of the TSA. That's to collect your DNA so they can heart attack you at 150 yards because they've got your DNA cord.
It's true.
Okay. I remember one night I was on my computer in the building I used to have in. I think I was waiting for the thing out to start, and it was one of Eric's, and I come in the house to get something, and there was one of them planes flew over, and I felt like my heart started beating like so fast, faster than it's ever done, and I was like, oh my God, but that's what it was, it was one of them doing that, it took me 10 minutes to calm down from that, so yeah. It scared the shit out of me.
I don't want to sound like a paranoid freak, but I grin after it comes overhead, if that makes sense. I do.
Yeah.
Once it hovered for about 25 minutes, about a mile away. I was taking pictures of them, taking pictures of me. And I do. It just, but they can't contain the soul. They can't contain the thought.
That's
Because the thought on the player transcends the electrical impulse. They can only control the electrics.
Yes.
They can't control the chaos. Yeah, and we are the chaos.
Right.
We are the
that's
chaos.
That's
We
not
are
my
the chaos. It's the chaos that makes the heart beat. It's the chaos that makes us what we are.
Have you ever
control.
Have you ever dreamed of someone and you met them wrong? I have too, but there's not many of us that have or that will admit it. So they can't control that either. So, right.
A while ago, Foxy will relate to this. There was a guy called Gordon Brown who became the Prime Minister of our country. And the night before, this is a true story, the night before I had a girlfriend called Lisa down in Wales. I said, well, I had a dream last night. Gordon Brown, I was on a plane with him and Tony Blair's father-in-law, which is a guy called Anthony Booth, a failed fucking actor. And anyway, I put my hand across the seat and tapped Gordon Brown on the shoulder and says, never mind, Gordon, there'll be another one. And that was because his baby had died. See, the next day at 8 o'clock, that was the fucking #1 news story.
Oh, man.
And that's a true story. Her name is Lisa. I can give you her telephone number. You can phone her up just now and she'll tell you that's the truth.
Hey, man, I could, oh, man, if you watched any of my stuff about the ESP stuff, man, I've had so many experiences with that stuff. I mean, every day.
It's not a lie. 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 You just have
the whole day.
You just have to trust in the source. Yes. Trust in the source, the root source, and the sense of who you are. And if it's real, it's real.
Yes, yeah. Like I said, I know my
whole. That's
a
true story. About Gordon Brown.
So, yeah, man.
I gave somebody 24 hours notice of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's freaky sometimes though.
You know what's even freakier? No, but
kind of thing.
Becky, do you know what's even freakier? His wife's family comes from my island. His dad was a preacher in my church when I was a child. His wife, Gordon Brown's wife, Sarah Macaulay, her dad was a preacher in my church when I was about 5-6 years of age.
Wow.
Scotland's a small place.
Yeah.
5.5 million people. Same as about Norway.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not a statistic show. I need to go and rescue some cider, which is chilling nicely in the fridge. I hate to depart because actually, you know what I did? I poured this whiskey thinking it was cider. I don't think any of this before when you get cider. In fact, I'll transfer some to the other glass. It'll be far more sophisticated than sober. Right, what are we going to talk about? Murders.
Yeah.
They were done by a woman from Chicago. Her name was Jane Addams, and it was all to do with the world's first telegraphy system, which is set up in Toynbee Hall in the middle of Whitechapel, went straight to Chicago. And you remember the Great Fire of 1871? David Cameron, the Prime Minister of the UK, his grandfather, Alexander Geddes, had a safe in Chicago that made a hell of a lot of money out of the Great Fire of Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. Yeah. There you go. It's so fucking, girl, see when you see it, it's just like, duh, you know? But unfortunately, the Simpsons don't fucking put it as obvious in front of everybody.
No.
But they did have Donald Trump as a boss in 2016.
I know. I've seen. I've made a lot of connections on other things like that.
Yeah, Mike Groening. Yeah.
It's all connected. Yeah. People.
Did you know that Homer Simpson's ear is MG? It's his initials. Homer Simpson's ear is Mike Groening's initials. So 33 as well. 33rd degree Mason. Hollywood for you. Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's in Hollywood. Oh, that's strong. That's nice.
Strongest I've got is tea.
I like the South. Hey, welcome back from today.
Yes.
Where's everybody going tonight?
I don't know. It's Saturday. I mean Sunday. I'm sorry. It's Sunday. I'm lost.
Oh yeah, because they're watching football, aren't they?
Yeah.
Soccer.
That's right. I see that shit. I don't pay attention to that shit, man. So I had no idea that was happening. I knew it was happening sometimes too, but I didn't know it was tonight. But I don't give a shit, you know. I don't get into the sports. It's NASCAR.
You know, that was one of life's kind of like ha-ha-has to me. 1977, good year. There was a woman from Wales called Bonnie Tyler. Her real name was Gaynor Sullivan. She sang a song, I was lost in France, and the crowds were overflowing. I was lost. Anyway, long story short, halfway through that song, there's a guy goes ding 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 on the acoustic guitar. Guess what? Like about fucking 9 or 10 years later, I was sitting drinking with him in my pub and he was playing band and guitar on my stage.
Wow. Cool.
True story. Yeah, true story.
Ooh.
Shit, you know, true story, yeah. Yeah, the guy that played that guitar in Bonnie Tyler on Top of the Pops in 1977.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Guy called Taff Williams.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever heard of him, but he did a lot of backing tracks and shit on other people's records.
Yeah.
So there you go. Another pointless story from Scotland.
That's what I was going to say about the
really
NASCAR thing. How the NASCAR got started with the moonshine, and of course everybody knows that.
Oh, girl,
Scottish
Irish listen, you know what? I was just explaining.
Yeah.
Do you remember I told you we watched Jimmy Cagney Public Enemy #1 about the moonshine, how the Bush? That's how the Bush clan and a whole bunch of others got into the business.
Yes.
That is why they invented NASCAR, to get something fucking that would bounce round the bends and could outrun the fucking feds.
Yes.
I was just explaining that less than 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
I'm glad you know this.
And
now what do? They go around in fucking figures of, well, they don't even
Kind
do
of circles.
Yeah,
In
figures of 8 would be more interesting, because sometimes they lose and cause crashes.
Hey man, if you've ever been to a dirt track, The dirt
You
track
know, I like
races,
rally driving.
them were the best.
Colin McRae, rally driving, where you can drift and you pull on the handbrake 100 yards before you know you're going to hit the brake, and you hope you get through it. That's my kind of driving.
Have you ever been to a dirt track race?
Yeah.
The dirt track. That's a
Oh,
lot.
Becky, I lost my best friend and my cousin called Kenny at 19 in the back of an auto rig.
Oh man.
Because of his friends driving too fast. In the middle of city blocks, they went round a corner, they lost control, they spun the car and it wedged right underneath an articulated lorry.
Oh my God. Damn.
Yeah, it wasn't even out in a bloody wild piece of road at 100 miles an hour.
That's like,
it was just a bunch of idiots that couldn't control the Ford Capri. I blame Starsky and Hutch.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I did like Starsky and
That's
Hutch.
what happened a
Remember
lot
that?
here.
1975, 76.
There's a road near my little one's school, and it's a straightaway, but it's humpy, you know, because it's old wagon road, you know, and they never bothered to grade it or anything. They just paved it. And this happened years ago when I worked at Hardee's, and this girl that used to work there, she died. They were going too fast, and they hit one of them humps and went airborne and went into a tree. And killed all of them. So yeah, man, it was crazy. So yeah, it happens a lot here. People just careless.
I know, we did it in our islands too. The worst story I had about, we hit a hump once, and when we landed, we split the fucking radiator in half, and all the water fucking burst out the front of the engine. Damn. Yeah, we ended up a bit humiliated, but no, hey, we walked away from it.
Hey, I know this dude. You know the train bridges where the trains cross over? He was going really fast. He was driving a Mustang, and it split the car in two. But he survived. It split the car in two. But he did it.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's still alive today. So yeah, somebody was watching. Him, you know.
I've got a friend that's blind. I've got a friend that's blind that once spent about a year and a half in hospital. And he's lucky to be alive. He's probably got more pins in him than, I don't know, Robo-Man, but yeah. He went through a sheep at 123 miles an hour on a motorbike.
Damn.
Piece of road, it was 11 miles long. And when you had motorbikes, it was back at hell time. It was back in the 70s. You had to do it to have balls and shit, yeah. 23 miles an hour, a sheep wandered across the road because in the middle of summer, the midges, you know, like the mosquitoes, they fucking make the sheep crazy. It's true, they make the sheep crazy, so the sheep try and hide in the middle of the road because the fucking mosquitoes are in the fucking heather. Yeah, they're in the foliage, they're not on the road. So the sheep fucking wander into the middle of the road to try and escape them.
Yeah.
He went through a sheep at 123 miles an hour. 18 months later, he ended up blind, and he's still alive.
Damn.
God decides. Yeah, God decides. Yeah. I put myself in a coma for 3 days. True story. I was only doing 80. You know, sleeping policeman. I had a big fucking. I had a bottle of cider, the same kind of litre as that when I was drinking it. A whole bunch of tablets. It was my own motorbike. I'd sold it to a friend, but it was my motorbike. And so I went on my motorbike. I was showing off. And then I woke up in hospital 3 days later. I didn't show up again. I didn't show up again. Trust me on that one. Right, guys, listen, I need to go to the fridge and get myself some cold cider because I've been talking too much. So I'll be right back in a second, yeah?
Okay, I think she dropped out there. She probably had to go there. Hey everybody. Full moon in 5 days. So yay, some more craziness will be happening, no doubt.
Do you know what's even more messed up in that story? When I woke up in the hospital, yeah, my family were there, and the only reason my family were there recognized me. The only reason she recognized me was she'd been having sex with me the week before.
Oh God.
And then, yeah, she lived in a trailer. You know, your proper trailer.
Right.
Like you fucking one you can tow away and shit. Your proper trailer park trailer. She
Yeah.
lived in one of them. Yeah. And I picked it up in a disc. I was only 15 at the time. She was about 22, 23. She didn't care. She liked it. And it was because I had sex with her the week before. She was a nurse on duty, and that's when they recognised me. Because they had no idea me. I was just on the bike. I was just on the bike, fucking t-shirt and jeans, Bruce Springsteen, me, like, burn, 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 burn. Not a dent on me, just in the cold for 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was meant to be here. Anyway, what happened to Foxy? Oh, Foxy. Well,
I
did I
think
scare everybody away?
was probably sleepy. He's probably getting sleepy.
Oh, I'm sorry if I scared everybody away. I do that.
Nah.
Oh, that's nice and cool. Cool water. Frankie Lane sang that. Right, sorry, girl. I hope I haven't hijacked your night.
Oh no.
Are we painting? We're not. Oh no, we're not painting. We're not playing music either. Let's switch the guitar off. Actually. Oh yes, quarter to midnight.
Yeah, you play it. We're still
No,
live.
no, girl. I just switched off. It's quarter to midnight. I should have been tempted a long time ago.
Oh, damn.
I'm relocating. No, seriously, I'm relocating. We sold this place this week, last week, whatever. The paid on solicitors, blah blah blah. But we're relocating, and I'm hoping to get a warehouse because I'm going to build a soundproof cubicle inside the warehouse so I can play my guitar and I can play the drums and I can scream, I can shout all fucking night long, and nobody is going to hear a fucking word.
That'd be nice.
That's my plan. Yeah. I had it before. I had it before a few years ago, but I had to come and do the, what's it called, the weekend dad thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've met my girl. You've seen her.
Yes.
So she's cool. Yeah, she's grown up now, looking after herself and capable of skinning up her own spliff. So I'm happy. She's happy. Everybody's happy.
Awesome.
Time to move on. Yeah, I'm fed up with fucking city dwelling, man. I need back out in the open spaces. I want to see a fucking horizon from side to side when I wake up instead of somebody else's grey brick buildings.
Right. I'm in nature, yeah, but I live in a hole. I live down in what they call a hollow. So.
Hollows are good places, dude. They get less. No, dude. They get less signals because they're in hollows.
What I was going to say, exactly. Yeah, I can go out.
Yeah, I know this. Hello, I'm Scottish. I kind of know this stuff.
Sometimes it's
as long as it's not in front. As long as it's not in front of a major river that if it floods, then you're a tributary. Then you're safe.
Right. Yeah, it's just a creek.
Best place to be.
That's it.
Best place to be, girl. I envy you.
Yeah.
The land of the free.
I know I went to the kids' grandma the other last week, and yeah, that happened. It was like unbearable. But what I didn't think about was their neighbor's house is haunted. So that's what I was picking up was them spirits in their house. There's more than one. So somebody killed herself there too. So. That's crazy. You get an eerie feeling going in that house. I don't go there. I went in there one time and it was like, oh my God, how can you live here? The strange things happened in that house.
In Scotland, in the place they call Culloden, which was the last great battle between the Scottish and the English, where Bonnie Prince Charlie got screwed. The Scottish got fucked up. He fucked off on a boat to France, blah, blah, blah. Do you know a strange thing about that? Birds will not fly over the battlefield. They'll circumvent it. They don't nest there. They don't roost there.
Yeah.
It's just like a fucking vacuous fucking void where nothing is.
Yeah.
It's like it was the day the first time. Yeah.
I was talking
I had
about
a strange experience there too.
Actually, he said they seen the ghost there with playing hide and seek. So,
I've seen 2 ghosts in Scotland. God's my witness, and I ain't no liar on that one. Saw them with my own eyes twice. Yeah, but the Culloden thing was a different. I got stopped for drink driving by the police.
Yeah.
Culloden, at the side of Culloden, right at the side of the battlefield, they pulled me over. One of the policemen, he knew me when I was 12, but he hadn't seen me for a lot of years, so he wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I was more than drunk. I was busted bang to rights. I was trashed, tanked, stooshed, stoned, sloshed, fucked out of my face and thought, I'm going to jail. Shit had happened before. True story, Becca. I'm not lying to you. Girl, I'm fucking bona fide. I can get you my criminal record print out tomorrow. Anyway, long story short, right? They gave me the breathalyzer, stick this bag in your mouth and blow.
Yeah.
That was inconclusive. They said, we're taking you back to the station to blow into the machine. And I thought, okay, fucking here we go. Went to the station, blew into the machine. Do you know what? The fucking test factor was 38. I was 32. Girl, you know what? If I hadn't believed in God before then, I fucking believed in him then. You get me? Yeah, dude. 38 was the limit. I was 32. I'd had 16 brandies, about 8 pints of fucking beer. Yeah. I was out my fucking, and all I was doing was fucking going out to fucking buy cigarettes at 4 o'clock in the morning because of the all-night fucking service station. Yeah. Actually, I was diverting to go and see. There was a beautiful, beautiful ginger honey that lived up that way that I was diverting to go and like see. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes she didn't answer the window, Juliet style.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. But the car I was driving belonged to a prison officer as well. Even though I didn't even have a driving license. Never mind insurance.
Shit.
Yeah, girl, I shit you not. This is a true story. I don't lie. I didn't make this shit up. I got banned before my 16th birthday. Yeah, I was stealing cars at a very early age. Not successfully for the first couple of times.
I didn't get in much trouble. I didn't get in much trouble as a teenager. We trashed the bathroom at Hardee's, but I didn't do nothing. My friends did, but you were with them, so you were guilty.
Guilty by association. Yeah. I know how that goes. Oh, I was pure trouble. I robbed every shop in the town. I went places that nobody boldly ever did because I'd seen television, and I was ready to live life at a very early age. Worst thing
I done really wasn't graffiti. That's and we didn't get caught though. We made the newspaper, so yeah, that was cool. I was like, oh my god, I did that.
Do you know what, Becca? This is a true story, right? In about 1998, 1999, me and my girlfriend went back up to my island on a camping trip. Yeah, we got off the ferry, backpacks on, tents, rucksacks, everything. Long story short, we found this broken down shack out in the middle of this wild remote moor. We pitched camp in there for the night. We woke up the next day. She found some old newspapers underneath the bed, underneath the mattress, and you'll never believe what. I was the fucking front page headline.
Oh shit!
Yeah, true story. Burglary ring broken as 15-year-old youth apprehended. That's true story. That's a true story. I shit you not. I shit you not. Yeah, yeah. No lie. 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 That's why I know. That's what. See, when people have doubt in a fucking creator, I'm going, sorry, cunts. You really, really need to understand. Deja vu is not a fucking accident.
Yeah.
You learn, do, say, think, feel is an accident. You have to take from it and grow from it and what have you. So, yeah, true story. Yeah. I was a bad bastard. I was the second person in the island's history to get sent to reform school, as you call it in America, reformatory.
Yeah.
They sent one off in 1927. They sent me off in 1983. 82. Well, they put me in jail at 82. They shouldn't have. Anyway, I know. I learned too much, but I'm not going to go on about I was young and I needed the input.
Yeah, yeah. I know a few people that got sent to them places. So
It's good education sometimes. It learns you discipline. Discipline is important. Discipline is mega, mega, mega important, by the way. And I'm glad that that's what all of that system did teach me is discipline.
they
in
do
order
have
to
a
be able
place,
to maintain.
some kind of camp
Yeah.
do too, where they learn the survival skills
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah, exactly. You have to have discipline. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. Yeah, it's an imperative. You have to be able to stop yourself from wanting everything at once and
Yeah.
knowing that you'll get further down the trail. Yeah.
Yes.
And condoms carry water and a whole bunch of other stuff too. They didn't teach you that in porn movies though.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Good. How are you?
All right.
Cool.
Just had to go out in all this stupid Super Bowl traffic.
Ah, that sucks. Are you not watching the Super Bowl?
No, it's okay.
Me neither. I didn't even know it was tonight. So. I clicked when I shouldn't have clicked. Oops.
Is it on tonight?
Yeah, it's on tonight. Yeah, I don't get into it. So like
Oh
I said,
shit! Really?
I'd rather watch NASCAR.
Oh man, I wasted all this time.
Huh?
Did anybody? Have you not seen the Lady Gaga video where she like fucks off at halftime because they're going to go and
No.
drop nukes on it or
I think
something?
I've seen some of
No.
I don't watch that.
That's the Terror Network latest. Lady Gaga's doing the halftime show with her
I'm
usual
sure they'll be
satanic
going and
stuff and stuff. Yeah.
They'll be analyzing it tomorrow, I'm sure. So I'll probably catch one of them. So I'll just wait for that. If I watch it when somebody analyze it
I
tomorrow.
like John Wayne. Do you remember the Institutions in public places? I apologise on behalf of Scotland. I really do.
That's okay.
And I agree, Malstein. My head's totally trashed.
Shit. That's awesome.
Exactly. You know, it's like I told you earlier. I never ever log online with a fucking plan or a program.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
That's like tonight.
I don't need to broadcast anything to the world.
I didn't really have one tonight.
No, you just doing your paintings and stuff like that, yeah. Because it's just.
That's all I'm
It's like
doing.
real, yeah.
More or less now with
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Girl.
Maybe, like I said, we'll find a little info like that South Africa stuff. You know, like I was talking last night, I'll translate some of that stuff, and it'll sometimes like a country's name or something will be in it, and I'm like, hey, maybe I should research that country, and that's how I found the South Africa thing. So, and a couple of other things this past week or two. So.
I can tell you stuff about South Africa that's not even written in Wikipedia, girl. including the alignments of, including the alignments of the runways at Johannesburg and Cape Town, Vereeniging, Jan Smuts.
Sorry.
That's okay, dude. Swaziland is a complete entire entity inside that conclave of South Africa too.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Washington DC, but only with more guys with spears
Yes.
and vocal singing bands like Black Mambasa and Paul Simon. I'm sorry, bad Scotsman. So was the traffic bad, Dave?
What's that?
Was your traffic bad?
Oh yeah, I had to go to the store, and where I went at, every college kid on the planet was there.
Of course.
You know, if that was any indication of the rest of the United States, we're in big trouble.
Shit.
Actually, it was the year 1868 you got into big trouble. The dude called Abraham Lincoln, when he became a tyrant, fucked the Constitution right up the ass and created the United States of America.
Yeah.
That's when you really got fucked, okay?
Yeah.
Catch up with that, the easier it'll be for everybody that knows, including the current administration. The generals know this. The ones that have been to West Point know this. The suits and ties that have been fucking your country in body bags for oil and fake dollars, they're on their way out. The rug is being pulled out from underneath them as we speak.
Oh, yeah.
It is. It is. The tide has turned.
I say hate
I'm
the
at
Chinese
peace
hate,
for that.
David.
Yeah, hate doesn't work. Hate is so fucking outdated. Hate is divisive. Washington Red Sox or Washington Redskins, or are they in the same? Manchester United, Manchester City, whatever. Yeah, let's get them to fight over shit, over the colour of a fucking cloth. Never mind the flag.
Yeah.
Let's get them to sing anthems. Yeah, anthems are good. Really patriotic and tearful. Isn't it? We've been subservient and subjected to that since media.
Yeah.
Whatever media is.
Yeah, yes.
Prayer channels the real spirit, the only spirit. The rest becomes ha 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 ha. Fuck off, isn't it?
Right.
It does in a way. It does in a way, you know, when you realise the whole fucking contempt of the fucking complete and absolute fucking joke the whole facade really is. Yeah? What can you do? Go, I understand everything. Hang on, what movie is that from? Oh, Highlander. Shit, no. Don't lose your head, McLeod. Oh, Donald Trump's McLeod, by the way. I hope he doesn't drive an open-top cars. Sorry, dude. I'm Scottish. I didn't mean to interject. How you doing?
Oh, fine yourself. No, that's not. I was just trying to keep from laughing.
That's okay. That's allowed. I've been stuck in London traffic myself, man. Do you know what? See, when I was stuck in traffic, I had an automatic car once, and I used to count how many times I used to have to fucking stop the brakes. That's how fucking boring London traffic was. I once went about a mile and a half. I touched the brakes fucking 4 times, and that included the fucking lights and the stops and shit. That was a good night. People were beeping behind me because I left more than the fucking jurisdictional distance between cars, but fuck them. It was my game. Actually, anybody that did, that was a different counter at all. I once had a fender bender with a dude that thought he was going to fuck up my space, time, and distance. He regretted it. That was in a thing called the Blackwell Tunnel at 6 o'clock in the morning. There was cameras to catch it. Yeah, sorry, man. I like traffic. I came from Stornoway. Sometimes if you heard a car, it would be like 4 or 5 miles away. You can actually tell by the gear changes who was driving sometimes. With the echoes of the sound in the village and shit like that. True stories. Hicksville, with the chainsaws ripped up and ready and waiting. The hills of eyes. Hello, come to our village. Sorry, man. I know it's a bit much.
No, you're good. Where?
I don't know about that.
Quick 2-1.
Strange World. Do you know what? That's on song number 2, Iron Maiden, 1985.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could, no, it's the number of the beast. Anyway, Strange World, awesome tunage. Bruce Dickinson flies his own plane as well. No dope head or drunk there, so he can't be Scottish. Unlucky, Bruce. Not everybody can be.
Funny.
Yeah, dude, give him respect, man. He flies his own fucking 747 at the gigs, yeah. Is he pissing over the cows or what? The ways that Jim Morrison didn't.
Yeah, that's when music was real.
You know, they might be talking about that in the future generations when life was real and it didn't all come to you through your television and computer.
Yeah. All that Star Trek stuff is coming to reality.
Of course. They don't call it programming for nothing, so.
Programs in the television.
Yep.
It's only lies if you believe it.
Yeah.
Some parts I did want to believe, to be honest.
Mm.
You're talking about Star Trek. No, hang on. Can I just throw one in here that you're going to hate? Kirk. K-I-R-K. Kirk. Scottish word means church. C-I-R-C-E. Circe, circle, pagan deity, pagan deity is becoming a church. So every time you go to church, you're actually doing a pagan thing. You're going to visit a pagan temple. That's one of the ways that they have managed to screw you up through. Thank you, James. James Tiberius, time out Tiberius, big river through Rome, Romulus and Remus, wolves, titties, and a whole bunch of those.
Tiberius. Wow.
Exactly. So my case is made. My case is made, Your Honor. I rest my case.
Wow. That's interesting to know, yeah.
Not all programming is bad.
I know we get enough of it here, huh?
Mm.
Do you know what's funny though? This is a true story. There are task forces in the air tonight with airplanes, fighters, and a whole bunch of other stuff happening. Because the whole Lady Gaga thing fucking off from the venue halfway through.
Oh.
And the whole let's blow up the Super Bowl in front of the whole world to fuck Donald Trump up the ass.
We know to bring that, you brought up the airplanes.
Yeah, no, you know what? You know, exactly. It's not fucking stupid. It's not fucking stupid. It's not stupid.
I don't know.
For the Trump fucking came from nowhere, but the Simpsons did tell the fucking world before, and yeah, but they're a bit disappointed that their fucking plans didn't come to fruition because we weren't as big a bunch of cunts as they thought we were, especially all the dead ones that voted. So there you have it. Yeah.
Well, speaking of the airplanes, I heard for like the last 2 weeks. I hadn't heard them in the past 2 nights, but I'd hear sonic booms. The jets going over 2 or 3 of them in a row every night for like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and it's off and on. Like I said, it's not normal for around here. I've lived here all my life, off and on. So it's something that.
Rebecca, this is a true story too. Again, may God strike me dead at this particular fucking millisecond before a lie emanates from my mouth. But there was an old woman who lived in my island, who used to wake up. She was 92, 94 years of age. She would wake up in the middle of the night and she would shout over the noise in the sky. After she died, they started test piloting Concorde up and down the west coast of the Hebrides with the sonic booms. The sheep were jumping off the edge of cliffs. The sheep were jumping off the edge of cliffs.
Damn.
Yeah. I ain't lying to you. 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 Her son drove me to destinations. Her son's wife was the village nurse.
Yeah.
True story. She predicted the sonic booms in Concorde in 1969 by about months before she passed. That's a true story too. And you know the whole Lockerbie thing? No, listen, let me tell you another secret, right? The whole Lockerbie thing, yeah? Lockerbie should never have happened. You know why? Because even if a plane was going to fucking Alaska, it would have turned north over the top of Wales a long time before it hit the top of Scotland.
Yeah.
It goes splat. Ha 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 ha. Do you get me? Lockerbie was not an accident. That's when I woke up. Do you remember me telling you about my cat? This is another true story, Becca. This is another really, really true story. I was laying flat out in my fucking sofa. I was in the middle of my fucking favourite soap opera called Coronation Street, as Foxy will know. And they interrupted this broadcast to bring you a fucking acknowledgement. A 747 has fucking fallen out of the sky and landed in a village in Scotland. And I thought, no fucking way.
Yeah.
That's when my world changed. That's when my world changed. It shouldn't have been there. It should not have been there. It should not have been pointing that way. Yeah? Becca, if you want to go to fucking Canada, you're not going to fucking head for Rio de Janeiro, are you?
No.
Simple. Exactly. That's what happened with Lockerbie. But guess what? Nobody's ever asked that basic, simple fucking question.
Yeah. It's like that one.
It's like the 9/11 thing, yeah. It's like going to the 9/11 thing, yeah. It's the same thing, yeah. It should not have been there. It should not have been pointing at 313 degrees. It should have been 302 degrees, which took it over the top of Wales, over the top of Ireland, over the top of the Atlantic. Yeah. It shouldn't have been going that fucking far off, yeah.
Which one was it that crashed?
Air India, 800.
MH370.
Yeah.
There's a few of them, girl. There's a few of them.
That one?
You mean,
yeah.
MH17. No, it didn't. MH17 happened 2 hours before my friend Phil McConnell said it would. abledanger.net, abledanger.org.
Yeah.
He told the Filipinos. He told, listen, I tell you what, K9, right? You're an aviator. This guy, Phil McConnell, he got in touch with the Filipinos. He says, see MH370, it's gone missing. Here's where it landed. Guess what? If you don't tell the world about this, guess what? MH17 is going to happen on. He predicted it by 7 o'clock. It actually fucking blew up out of the sky at 5 o'clock-ish. So he was ahead of time by fucking 2 hours. That's a true story. abledangers.net. Nothing is a fucking accident.
Oh, no.
It's all repeat, predictable fucking programs.
Yeah, it's like they can
numbers.
They can see anything they say with these satellites.
Yeah,
they couldn't even fly a plane.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Kind of lame.
I'm dying.
Devil's in the details, though.
Oh yeah.
Rent the tires in these planes by the landing. You know the tires, the big rubber bits that you put in your car wheels. On airplanes, they rent them by the landing.
Yeah.
They've got sensors in them. It's the same with the engines. The engines have got sensors in them that send information back to the manufacturers that's got fuck all to do with the airplane. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. The engines are sending information back to the company that's got nothing to do with the rest of the airplane. That's why the whole fucking lie got fucking outed within a matter of fucking hours. abledanger.net, abledanger.org, Phil McConnell. Trusted man. Good envoy. Aerodynamics. I like aerodynamics, yeah. You can't fly upside down at Mach 2 at 50 feet and not fucking have 2.5 seconds to think about what you're going to do next.
Right.
Do you get me, yeah? Yeah. You
Yeah.
cannot defy physics. You know, this is why I like the science. This is why I love the science. Yeah, you
Right.
can't fucking defy physics. You can't defy science. You cannot defeat the fucking truth of everybody that holds an accepted fucking physical fact. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I like about aviation. That's why I like the thing about the airplanes, because I've studied every single airplane's disaster since the fucking Wright brothers ever fucking fucked off in an airplane and got 66 yards and fucking what do you call a beach in 19 Kitty Hawk or whatever. So yeah. I like the guy, yeah, because you can't fake facts.
Yeah.
And if we operate on a basis
Right.
of fucking known facts, then everything else is an optional for you to fucking your soul to decide, do I believe that, do I not believe that? Nobody's here to sway anybody. We're all here to learn at the same rate, the same level, and hopefully, you know, I learn from people, I learn from strangers. People smile at me in ways and I think, why are you smiling at me? And then I think, hey, that's a blessing. That's
Yeah, it is.
yeah, I'm not as fucking ugly and as troll-like and as old and fucking grumpy and cynical and fucked off with his life that I look, because some fucking, yeah, it's true. And yeah, a smile is a fucking act of charity.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the Satanists don't like that, because I can defeat a whole bunch of fucking millions of their fucking idiots that's fast asleep to whatever they think that they've got lined up for us, isn't it? I like Alistair Crowley. I read all his books.
And laughter too.
I used to drive past this place a few times a week. I did. True story. Sorry, I think I've been talking a lot.
Okay.
Apologies, guys.
No.
No need to apologize. We'll apologize.
Is there any questions? I like fielding questions. I like questions because it's not rehearsed, it's not planned. I didn't come here with a mission, Amanda. I didn't come here to say nothing apart from love each other.
What do you think about past lives?
I think about guitar music and marijuana. I think about women, and I think about women, and I think about women, and I think about women. And then I think about women.
I think you and I are
And then I
both
wake
on
up,
the same page.
yeah. Then I get back to guitar
I'm
music and
not, so-
marijuana. But you know, life
I don't
is
think
simple
about
and beautiful.
women.
It really can be. Welcome back, Foxy. I can't hear you. Are you here?
Look, she's in YouTube. She's just watching. So. She had to
Okay,
go.
right, I need to reload or something. I think I went over to YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. It freezes up like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Now I saw myself.
Oh shit.
Hell.
It's like people ask, do you go back and watch your
I
shows?
know.
I do sometimes because I don't like.
One of the
listening to
reasons-
myself.
One of the reasons I'm not the world's best rock star is because every time I record myself singing, I shoot myself in the face.
Shit. I made a video the other day and I was singing in it. It wasn't but a little minute clip, but I was singing along with the stereo.
It's got to be done. If Bob Dylan can do it, why can't we? That's what I think.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, what the hell, right?
right. Even if you mess up the words. At least you enjoyed yourself, right?
Words are what you make them.
Yep.
What they mean to you. Am I a person or am I being true? Am I just a foolhardy and blown in the wind? Am I going to retard and contract you rescind?
Boy.
The state
would
of
sing.
school.
I have to have music to sing.
You are the
I
music.
can't think of the words. So
Think of the piece where you are. What's the song that you could sing in the shower? What? Do you know one of the first songs? Unfortunately, I had a fatal accident at the age of 9 to fucking Bohemian Rhapsody. I was standing on the kitchen chair
oh man.
doing the whole guitar solo thing on the brush.
Yeah.
And I fell off, and unfortunately, the brush landed between my legs. that
man.
drink opera. What?
Oh,
Shit.
wow.
Oh, man.
I know, it was painful.
Hey.
Come on then, Becky. Give us what?
Okay, I'll sing "Wish You Were Here." That's the one on top of my head here. I'm on the spot here. So,
No. You are on the spot in the middle of a beautiful Sleepy Hollow.
So you think you can tell
Yeah.
heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field
Yeah.
from a cold steel rail? A smile from a there. I can't. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you a train? Your heroes for ghosts. Not air for cold comfort for change. Did you exchange a walk-on part in the wall? I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year. Running over the same old ground, coming back, same old tears. Wish you were here.
What?
All right, Becky, now you have to try Petula Clark.
What?
Petula Clark.
What's that?
You know, her famous song, Downtown.
Oh, I don't know it. So
No.
I can't see all the words. So downtown.
Yeah, everybody just knows that part.
That's all I know. That's all I know. I know a lot, but it's remembering the words. I think I got a few words there wrong, but I will. You know,
I can do Motown, but I gotta be in the right mood. I stayed up way too late.
Okay. I do that. I've been going to bed early, actually.
You're lucky.
Okay. Yeah. I love that. That's one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs, so that's why I sang it. So, yeah. I could have sung "Shine On You Crazy Diamond," but that's a good one too. Maybe when you were young, you shine like the sun. Shine on you crazy diamond. Oh God.
When my mind's kind of clear, I can sing Jimi Hendrix "Castles Made of Sand" pretty good. I mean, I can't carry a tune to save my life, but
I can sing a lot of Jimmy, but I done too. So.
How can you eat if you don't have any pudding? If you don't eat your meat, you'll not have any pudding. So just eat your meat and then you can have all the pudding you want, alright?
yeah, but see, we couldn't get away with that. We don't have the accent going on.
I see.
I know, unfortunately, you was Scottish. Sorry, world. Right, Becky, you might. I'm going to shut up now in 420.
Let's see. I would sing another one, but I'm going to sing one, but I can't. I don't know all the words to it. So, Voodoo Child. That's one of my favorite ones. Too. So. 'Cause I'm a voodoo child, voodoo child. Lord knows I'm a voodoo child. Yeah.
You need that screaming guitar too.
Oh God, I wish I could play like that. Oh my God. Fucking awesome. I can sit and draw and paint to him all day, you know.
I switched it off. I had to. Indian neighbour down the stairs. I play guitar to her at 4 o'clock in the morning. She sends me cakes and cards saying, please don't. I really like your music, but you please don't. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. That's true story. She's Indian, she's beautiful. She's a masseuse as well. She massages people for a living. I bought her a bottle of wine Friday there, but she fucking didn't let me in. Bitch. Well, anyway, guys, this is like fucking yeah.
It's fun.
Down, 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 Oh, come on, was that not a good introduction of what even fucking Jimmy Henry's got? Even if he wasn't drugs at the time.
Yeah.
He was, but at the same point.
Yeah.
My favourite Hendrix, which I can do, is Hey Joe.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I know, but Joe fucked off and I didn't want to do it when he was here because he probably fucking taking it personally, so I didn't. True story. Hey Joe, where you gonna go with that gun in your hand? Anyway, come on, girl.
Eh?
You turn this in. This is my Hendrix, yeah?
Let me think a minute. I know a lot.
Oh, you do.
My sister is one of her favorite ones. Is the Red House. There's a red house over yonder. That's where my baby stays.
Now you make me think about chicken wrist.
I ain't been home to see my baby in 99 and one half days. Wait a minute, something's wrong here. I'm skipping a lot. He won't unlock this door. Wait a minute, something's wrong. This key won't unlock this door. I have a bad, bad feeling. My baby don't live here.
Something good going inside. I can
That's
bad,
right, I
bad
my guitar.
And girl ain't gonna hide. Got a bad, bad feeling. And it must be way down clear. Got a bad, 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 bad feeling. And the tide is coming near.
Oh.
I
Maybe don't let me no more. I know her sister will.
You don't almost smoke, that's for sure.
Mm. Shit.
Okay, are we ready? Are we ready? Down,
Ready. Child.
Okay, I feel miserably that one. Hey, I've got anyone. When Mama listens, do you know what? Seriously, Janis Joplin, The Rose.
That's a good one.
Excuse me. Some say love, it is a river. There you go. See, you can do that.
I can't remember all the words.
Oh, neither can I. That's what
I know we
whiskey's
sang
for.
it a lot
You can make them.
in school.
Nah, you can make it up as you go along. Dude, you just have to fool some of the people some of the time, and if you get them on the hook, then you make fucking millions. That's
Yeah.
for details. Anyway, Andy Eagles. You can hide. You lie.
Oasis. I know a lot of this. I know a lot of Oasis songs.
Do you know what? I would machine gun Oasis in sight. Fuck Donald Trump. I would machete them. I would. They are not even good. They're not even fucking. They're nowhere near.
I know, but I still like them. It's relaxing, some of it. So.
I did once have my eyebrows shaved by a guy that convinced me to listen to them. So He was my style management consultant at the time.
I like the Noel Gallagher, his solo stuff. I like it a lot better though. I've been listening to that a lot. He's really good.
I can't say it. No. Girl, can I just say one thing, right? A day late, Buddy Holly, rest in peace. It was yesterday, 1959. His one. Big Bopper, Richie Valens, the day the music died. The day the music died.
Yes.
Buddy Holly was for True Love Ways, and a whole bunch of fucking nicenesses.
Oh, yeah.
Elvis Presley was for gyrating fucking crotches and get your fucking genitals out and breed like bastards. Guess who won the fucking competition?
Exactly.
Yeah. The day the music died was yesterday. So thank you, Lubbock, Texas, for your part in humanity along with the Alamo and Shwari. No, not Shwari Wadi was a British one. Mwah, girl, there you go. You see, it's good. So, right, it's your turn to sing. It must be your turn to sing.
I had one in my hand, and it's then gone. Oh shit.
Since you've been gone, I'm out of my head, can't take it. Could I be wrong? But since you've been gone, you got the spell, so break it. Oh, ever since you've been gone. I think it was Jolan Turner. Ronnie James Dio did so much better version, but it wasn't his song, so he pissed all over it. As Ronnie James Dio was trying to do. I like Ronnie James Dio. Awesome song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a Bob Seger one in my head.
And I said, yeah, what have I done?
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul.
Got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. I like that old time rock and roll.
To a disco.
That kind of music just soothes my soul.
Yes.
Reminisce about the days of old. I like that old time rock and roll. That's it,
yeah.
Shush, you're getting me wet. Stop it, you're getting me wet. This is not allowed to happen. It's not even pal talk. This only happens to pal talk, to be honest with you. Anyway, sorry, somebody was saying something. You're 25, if man is still alive. What?
I only know a few of that. How about Bob Marley? He's behind me.
Old pirates, yes, they're all by. Fly to the merchant ship. Minutes after they took I left it. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in generation triumphantly. Oh, won't you help to sing these songs of freedom I've ever had? Redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery, but none but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, not one of them can make the time. How long shall we go on believing all those lies and motherfucking half-truths? Some say it's just a part of it, but you got to fulfill the blues. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? All I've ever had, redemption songs. These songs of freedom, redemption. Yeah, that's a good tune, by the way. I like that one. I can even do it on guitar, but I saved you the expense of that, man, because I don't want to fucking head. Right.
One love.
Who's next? Oh, no, come on, man. I just smoke a whole, no, girl, that's more marijuana than I can fucking presently deal with at this time, okay? Hello, you fucking want me to fucking do a whole complete Michael Jackson? I even got the drum. I fucking love Michael Jackson. Mwah. Oh, Michael!
I tried to sing Thriller last night, but I can't remember the words. Sorry, David.
Oh, for what?
No, not you, David, in the YouTube. He was kidding me. Let's think. I don't know.
I just went back over to YouTube and I saw myself again. Like 32 inches wide. No. Holy Conley, you couldn't even fucking copyright that shit, by the way. You can't even get what you want. You can't even get what you want, no matter how hard you try. Can we do some Rolling Stones? Yeah. YouTube land through the Looking-Glass.
Hi,
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, everybody. Just got to blow, gotta scream on my name, and I just want to feel your pain. Mama, the voting's red. Every time you press it, it just says you're a dipshit net. Life is just begun, and now I'm gonna throw it all away. Mama, ooh, I didn't mean to make you cry. Scotland voting for Brexit, and I don't know why. Carry on, because I'll fix it till it matters for me. In the papers and the media and all that TV. Oh yeah, we love democracy. Keep fucking working it until it fucking works in your favor. Yeah. Good morning, Sanchez.
Oh man.
You don't want to start singing, not me.
Huh?
I said you don't want to start singing, not me.
I know. Sorry. Oh man, I had another one that's gone again. Damn it. Let me look. Something. See.
I really don't like looking at myself. Can you edit me out of this video? Can you just like cover my whole entire persona like a Homer Simpson? Or, you know what? Better tell George Bush. That would be more like, that'd be like a total trivia. Can you just like cover me with George Bush? A drunken fucking idiot. Oh, sorry, another drunken idiot. What do you mean, nah? Okay, fair enough, Ski. You wouldn't. It's your show. Sorry, I hope. And I hope life treats you kind. And I hope that you get off. Anyway, never mind. That's, you know that was a song about homosexuals and a chain gang? You probably don't, but we like Patrick Swayze. Actually, I do like Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
But not in a homosexual way.
Yeah.
Good man. He met his wife when he was 15. He stayed faithful to her his entire fucking life. And died holding on to her. Not many get away with that. Good man. Lucky him.
Hear, hear.
Okay, guys, I apologize on behalf of Hollywood, humanity, and 9/11. Right, can we get back to topic? Does anybody have a question? Is there anybody out there?
Just not if you can hear me.
Is there anyone home? Come on now. I hear you feeling down. I can feel your pain. Get you on your feet again. Relax. I need some information first.
Just the
basic fact. Can you show me where it hurts? There is no pain. You are receiving. A distant ship's on the horizon. We're only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you say. Kind of like George Bush and Al Gore in the midterm elections last year. Imagine saving yourself 8 years ago, Obama, but nah, fuck it. It had to be done. Not going to let any more black people run the fucking country for a while. That was the lesson you had to learn there. Yeah, that's what that was all about. Yeah, dude, we don't trust. Listen, we have to trust the white Aryan supremacists. Because anybody else is just going to fuck up.
Man, they all want to fuck us. They all want to fuck us. Don't matter what.
Sorry, I did actually fucking say that. I apologize.
They all going to fuck us.
I didn't say that. It's nothing to do with white Aryan supremacists at all. Obama, awesome presidency. You did so many things for somebody.
For somebody. For themselves.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Well,
yeah. Oh, transgender people that wanted to have transgender operations. Obama gave money to people that wanted to become girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good Obama. We all like Obama. We all like Obama. We don't have to go to Thailand to get ladyboys now.
Fuck.
Oh, thank you, Obama.
And Mysterious Labyrinth says sing something. He says sing something. He says sing something in the Scottish accent.
Wonderful.
In the Scottish accent. Sing something Scottish.
Who, me? I can't sing something Scottish. I can't even do Scottish, not even when I'm drunk.
Shit. Damn it. That's the...
Sing something Scottish. Oh, okay, here you go. You want something Scottish?
Okay.
And yet you love my body. And yet you love my body. And yet you love my body. Getting mountain Anyway, that's Scottish. It goes on for a while.
I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like cool. It's older than Latin and Greek and Arabic in the Quran, so fuck them.
Yeah.
True story.
Nice.
True story. Yeah,
it sounds nice.
It's true story.
It sounds nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Very.
Now we have to have him do a Scottish gangster rap song.
Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna end live here, but you know, if you got a link to join, you can join afterwards. And we're still hanging out here, so. I'm gonna eat and stuff. But you know, if you want to join, if you got the link, and anybody there wants the link, I'll send it there. But thanks for joining us. It's been fun. So we'll see you next time, whenever that may be. So peace and love.
And good night, crazy cat lady. Love ya.
Yes, good night, crazy cat lady. So thanks for watching. So I hope you had fun too.
Well, we're killing the light feed.
So
Bye, guys. Thank you, YouTube.
Yep.
Be a patron of Kips. He needs the adulation on the longer.
yeah. Okay. See you later. Love you.
I hope I don't get
Mwah.
copyright on that.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later, y'all. Thank you. Love you. Good night.